Guys, it is that time of the week again. No, it's not Monday, but we've moved our discussion with the incomparable Rick Glaser on Thursday. Tank versus Jake Paul? Well, we're going to hear all about it with my brother, G Funky Boxing. All this and more on the latest edition of Real Talk with Rick Glaser.
Vashan Holden presents the living embodiment of the American spirit, my brother, Rick Glaser.
Guys, I tell you what, we've tried this show without my dear friend G Funky Boxing, but it just doesn't work the same. So, guys, let me introduce first my brother, G Funky Boxing. G, how are you?
Yes, good to be here. Thanks for having me, Joe.
Oh, and we're going to have a special edition of Terrible Fantics after Rick leaves the show. But I tell you what, for right now, guys, it is our pleasure to sit down with one of the most interesting men in boxing. And that's our favorite person from Buffalo. Sorry, Rick James. Mr. Rick Glaser.
You used to say the most knowledgeable, and one of the most knowledgeable. I was saying one of the most interesting. Jeez, I'm slipping.
No. You're getting up in the world. You just passed the Dos Equis guy. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
What's going on?
Well, did we lose Joe already?
No.
Well, that's all right.
Put on my hotspot, guys. Hold on, let me put on my hotspot. All right, there it is. All right, okay. Here we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Okay, I don't want to, but we're hearing you.
Oh, boo! Did I say you're the most interesting? So, guys, we're gonna start off with this while we're waiting for more people to get in the chat.
Rapid fire Q&A with G Funky Boxing.
Ah, nicely done, Lupe.
Let me do this. Hold on. All right.
Are you there, Joe?
All right, here we go. Can you guys hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Number one, rapid fire Q&A, G Funky.
Okay. Best comedy duo, Chris Farley and David Spade, or Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels? Huh. And I'm supposed to answer these, Joe?
No, our special guest, my friend. So once again, these
I don't even know who they are.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Chris Farley and David Spade, Tommy Boy and Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. A Dumb and Dumber.
I've heard Jim Carrey, but I don't know these other guys.
Okay, so you know what? These are supposed to give you a glimpse into the personal life and let you get to know Rick Glaser a bit better. So now you know he doesn't watch movies very much.
No.
Okay, there we go. Here's number 2, G Funky, for our special guest.
Bigger shocker. Mike Tyson biting Holyfield's ear, or Tanya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan scandal?
Mike Tyson biting Vander Holyfield's ear because he did it not once, but he did it twice because he was double hungry.
Oh, Ching. Well, I tell you
Dude.
what, you definitely didn't hear Mike Tyson say why, or Evander Holyfield rather. Oh,
Yeah.
geez, poor Nancy. But I
That
tell you
was
what.
shocking, though.
So I guess this one is off the board since you don't watch movies. Best sci-fi film of the '90s: The Matrix or Jurassic Park.
I've only heard of them. I've never seen either one.
Wow. So you never saw this one either? Because I put another movie from the '70s, better sports movie of the '70s: Bad News Bears or Longest Yard.
Was Longest Yard was something to do with a prison or something?
Yes, it was the
Yeah.
one with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, yeah, that was. Yeah, I saw that one.
You didn't see Bad News Bears with Tatum O'Neal and
No.
Walter Matthau?
No, never even heard of that one.
It remind me, note to self, don't include any movies in the next one. Number 5, better late night king of the '90s: David Letterman or Jay Leno.
David Letterman.
Okay, number 6, bigger cultural moment, brother: the O.J. Simpson trial or Bill Clinton's impeachment. I did not have sex with that woman.
Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky scandal. That was bigger.
Right on, brother. Can you believe Donald Trump, whenever he invites a special guest over, he invites, hey, come here, I want to show you something. This is the Monica Lewinsky room.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny about it? What's funny about it is Monica Lewinsky. I mean, a Jewish broad that's a blowjob is very rare. Let me tell you.
Oh, and what's even more rare is a Jewish broad giving a BJ and not saying anything about it.
Oh.
Yeah, there is. Am I lying, Big Rick?
Oh, you can't get him to get a BJ, let alone to fucking talk about it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Number 7, G Funky, take this one, brother.
Better music in the '90s: grunge or rap? Oh boy.
And if you don't like either one, you can say push, Big Rick.
Push.
Okay, there it is. Number 8.
Better sitcom: Friends or Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, indeed. I love Seinfeld.
Man, I never liked Friends. I don't know why it was so popular.
I don't think I
Okay,
ever seen an episode of that show.
This is one that I really want to hear Rick's opinion on, and you better not let me down, brother. Go ahead.
Bigger sports dynasty in the 1990s: the Bulls or the Cowboys?
The Bulls.
Whoa, I knew you were going to say that. It's only because we beat your Bills twice, brother. Admit it.
Oh, man.
And
That was
he
good.
stays quiet, brother. I tell you what, man.
It's hard to beat a dynasty when not only did you have a dynasty, but you had Michael Jordan. It's pretty hard to beat that.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Michael Jordan can go stick it, brother. My Cowboys were the best of the '90s. Thank you very much. Guys, we want to welcome Outlaw to the show. Thank you for joining us and supporting Big Rick on this day. Jojo, can you stop stealing your neighbor's internet and get your... Yeah, I wish, brother. Chingao. It'd probably be better if I did. Jeez. Hawker Mustang. Salute to you, and thank you for supporting Big Rick, brother. We appreciate it, man. And guys, once again, it's time for my favorite segment of the show. Are you ready, guys?
Maybe, just maybe, it's time for Rick Glaser's Twitter watch. Bang!
Thank you, Teddy. I tell you what, so he stated this, earlier today. This was at 8:07 p.m. on August 21st. And he said this, so here it is. He teased us about it earlier this week, and now he's delivering. He says, so here it is. Top Rank has landed a deal with premium cable channel Stars. 11 boxing shows a year, 1 million per show. Ouch. And Top Rank will retain the foreign rights. I don't know yet how many years it's for. It's a start to regrouping for Top Rank after losing the ESPN deal, but layoffs are imminent as the deal cannot sustain Top Rank's current overhead. Great to have Stars to get involved with boxing once again. But here it is, though, Rick. How long is this going to last? Because $1 million per episode is nothing. They were getting almost $90 million per annum under ESPN.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to do the math for me. I'm the mathematician.
Yeah. So
Boy,
what
stars, huh?
what are we to expect these, like, how are these going to look in your professional
Not,
opinion, sir?
not too good. They're gonna be prospect shows, eliminators, and stuff like that. The world title fights, they really can't afford to do them. They don't really have any low level title champions. That's the problem. In other words, they don't have like 112, 115 pound champs where you could afford to do those kind of fights, world title fights and stuff. And they got problems. There's no question about it.
Boy,
Okay,
So
now that brings this up.
Terrible fan takes on Twitter/X.
Okay, so now some yokel who will remain nameless on X or Twitter. Thank you for the best Kenyan accent, by the way, you've ever heard. He says this. Now, I know Top Rank doesn't have any TV dates currently, but when has the champion ever been the B side in a negotiation? This is clearly Golden Boy trying to back out of a fight for Virgil Ortiz. Rick, that happens all the time, brother. Now, once
yeah,
again, what are we calling this business? A promoter who doesn't have TV dates. They call him what is it? A glorified manager, like your friend Lou DiBella.
right.
So what's going on? How come fans have such a hard time understanding this, brother?
I don't know. You have to ask them.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean,
what they're thinking, but I understand it.
yeah,
Oh
they're
my
saying
goodness.
things like Ortiz not only ducked young Xander Zayas once but twice, and then saying that he gets to call the shots because he's got the belt. I mean, they're acting like this guy's Tito Trinidad, man. It's insane, man. I don't I, I don't understand it either, man.
Well, look, guys. Poor Xander. Like they have no like without like he really missed out because it's been announced now we're gonna get Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. Rick, what's your thoughts on that matchup?
It's a fun all action fight, and they're both be throwing. Both of them, get hit a lot, and it's going to be a fun fight. I give the edge to Virgil, but he's fresher and younger. But it's it's a hell of a fight. It's a really good fight. It's a
It's gonna
fight
be
that
all action as short or as long as it lasts. Yep.
yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
yes. Those two guys will be throwing. That's going to be a very very exciting. I can't see it being any other. I've never seen Lubin in a bad fight. That I've never seen Virgil in a bad fight. So it's pretty hard to imagine it's going to be anything but a really good fight.
Yep,
Oh,
I
it's
agree.
outstanding. I'll tell you what, just what the doctor ordered. Um,
Both guys can
now
punch as well, man. I know someone that did some sparring with Lubin last year, and he told me, "Hey, man, his name's the Hammer. I know why now."
yeah, tell you what,
And we know
Yeah,
Virgil can punch too. So yes, this is going to be a really good
yeah.
fight.
And I know the fighter you're talking about. He's 9-1.
and there it is. And there it is. Wow, guys, some insider information. Guys, let's play this one more time.
Maybe, just maybe, it's time for Rick Glazer's Twitter watch. Bang!
Thank you, Teddy. I'll tell you what, and he just put this out at 12:08 a.m. early this morning, last night, however you want to characterize it. He says this: Jake Paul and Tank Davis are not fighting in an exhibition. They are participating or performing in an exhibition. You can't fight in an exhibition. Now you really do know. Hashtag Netflix, hashtag boxing. Rick, can we just say that you were right when you stated that Tank Davis was done from any serious boxing?
Yeah, just it is what it is. He's taking the Floyd Mayweather route, running off with his undefeated record. He'll fight an exhibition every so often, like Floyd's done for the last 10 years, and be done with it. He's burnt out,
Okay. Yeah. I
and
mean,
he doesn't want to fight the Shakurs and the He doesn't want to fight the serious fighters. Let's put it that way. He don't want to fight Floyd Schofield. He don't want to fight these kind of guys. The core. The list goes on and on.
Okay, so Outlaw says, I'd rather see the Lubin fight anyway, Big Rick, because Ortiz would beat the brakes off of Xander Zayas. Do you agree with that?
Yes, 100%.
So hey, Xander and Top Rank, they're doing you a solid, Golden Boy. Ching Gao, man. I can't believe people actually thought that was serious.
Well, it was serious in the sense that Oscar would have made the fight, but wasn't serious in the sense that that Xander was taking that fight with Virgil.
Of course not. Of course not. We all know that, guys. And once again, here's one more sexy tweet. I love it. Okay. Now this one, I don't think I understand. Now you say this, and this was on the 20th of August at 6:19 p.m. Brian Norman Jr. has signed a new multi-year deal with the faltering Top Rank, who now has no media outlet for their content, at least not of this nature. This happens when loyalty overcomes brains and even common sense. With TKO boxing and Turkey Al Sheikh's events, why re-sign with Top Rank with no TV deal? SMH. Why did Brian Norman and his dad re-sign, brother?
Well, he's got a management team, and the management team, Jolene Mazzone, she used to work with main events with Carl Moretti, who's vice president of boxing operations at Top Rank, and I think that had something to do with the loyalty. But who knows? But why they did that, I don't know. In other words, see, even with the Stars deal, it's not enough money on Stars to. If he beats Devin Haney, he's going to command over $2 million, at least $2 million a fight. How are they going to put that on Stars? Can't happen.
There it is. I tell you what, we're moving on, guys, because we have a lot to cover in a short amount of time. And so this was a tweet on August 18th at 8:27 p.m. And you say this: great observation from a real boxing guy. What we saw of Dillian White versus Moses Itauma wasn't a shot White. It was most likely a Dillian White not on PEDs and no confidence without the PEDs. That makes a lot of sense. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this, Big Rick? Because, I mean, honestly, what do you believe?
I think it's spot on.
Really?
Yep.
So you think Moses Itauma is the real deal? Now, we never saw his chin get checked, and we stated this last week that he wasn't going to get his chin checked.
Right.
So who does he fight next? Who do you see? Because I know Turkey Al Sheikh wants him to jump in the ring with Usyk, but we know that's not going to happen. Or is it? Rick, what would you do? Who would you pair him up against with next?
I would put him in with Havovic.
Oh, that's right. He went life or death with Adelaide.
Yeah, Felipe Havovic. Yeah.
He got it. He took a ton of incoming. That version of Ergovich, who went life or death with Joe Joyce, and now David Adelaide. Yeah, he gets whooped ugly. He gets sent into retirement by Moses Itauma. That's a brilliant move. Yeah, I can see Frank doing that. Do you think that's why it was on the card, Rick?
I don't know if Keith Conley, Felipe Halovic's managers would do it, but I would think that that's what Frank is aiming towards.
Yep. Look, I mean, so it's funny. Now, I brought this up to Ronnie Shields, and he said, "Yeah, Moses Itauma is the real deal." And we brought this up to him on Tuesday, but he said, "Hey, in about 2 or 3 years, don't be shocked if you see my guy Josh Edwards battling Moses Itauma for undisputed supremacy at heavyweight."
I think he's a little premature in 2-3 years, but I definitely like Joshua Edwards. I think he's a very good fighter. He's got a real good trainer. He's got in Ronnie Shields. He's got a real good manager in Lester Bedford, and he's got a very good promoter in Golden Boy. And they're going to take their time and be patient with him and stuff like that. And I think it's going to take more than 2 to 3 years. I'm looking at 4 years.
Well, this is what our brother Bruce, Gas Boxing Jazz and More, says. And guys, if you haven't already subscribed to Big Bruce, go do that at this time. He's a great guy. Great listen. He says, it's Rick. I think you should put him in with Agit Kabayel with the winner getting Usyk. Is that?
No, that's not realistic. That guy's as good as almost as good as Usyk is. That's not realistic. He's too good.
Yep. Well,
yeah, that guy can fight his ass off. He really is good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
just
I like him.
Everyone he's been in the ring with, Frank Sanchez, the Big Bang Zhilei Zhang. Yeah, that guy's the real deal, guys.
Yeah, he's on the Usyk level without being Usyk.
There it is, guys. So, Rick, is the fight against Joseph Parker going to happen, or is he going to ditch the title, Alexander Usyk?
I don't know. Great question. I don't know. I hate to say that he would not fight Joseph Parker when Parker deserves it, and it's a meaningful fight and a good fight, and he retains his overall title. If not, Tom was left to fight for the vacant title against against Joseph Parker. So we'll see what happens.
I tell you
Let
what.
me ask you guys both.
Let me
ask you guys both a question. Let's say if that fight does happen, Usyk versus Parker, how do you see it going?
I think Usyk wins the decision.
What about you, Joe?
I think Usyk stops him.
Yeah, I think it's a tough fight for Parker. I've always felt like he doesn't kick it into that next gear when he has to, in some of the fights where he's been pressed, he just, I don't know, man. And even some of the fights that he wins, it seems like if he feels like he's got 7 rounds in the bag, that he just puts it in cruise control. And
look,
I agree.
Yeah, and he can't do that against Usyk,
in my opinion, Joseph Parker, he's a guy who everyone, look at the streak he's been on. Yeah, let's look at it, guys. Beating up a shot Deontay Wilder, and let's face it, he didn't do much. And then he beat a shot and just outlasted the Big Bang Zhilei Zhang. Okay, he got floored twice in that fight, and he merely made it to the finish line.
Yeah,
and he just outlasted. He had a better gas tank, and then he gets a fatty Martin Bacoli and knocks him out, hitting his chrome dome. Guys, what has he done? What has he actually done? Like,
no,
honestly,
Joe, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, but he does warrant his position as number 1 contender.
Yeah. I know. Technically, he does, but in my opinion, it's not that competitive.
Yeah.
Look, just be honest, guys. Joseph Parker, throughout his entire career, has been a guy, every time he steps up to the world-class level, he holds it a little too close to the vest and seems to be afraid of letting his hands go.
Every time he steps up, he gets his dick stepped. I get it.
Yeah. Woo!
Oh, man.
Hey, you're so effervescent tonight, Rick.
A few years back, I was calling Joseph Parker the heavyweight version of Keith Thurman, and not due to the inactivity of Keith Thurman, but I felt like Thurman has the same thing. Like when he fights a guy and he feels like he's got enough rounds to win the fight on the cards, that it's that, I'm done trying to win here. I'm just going to go into cruise control and it's boring the rest of the way. That's just the way I look at Joseph Parker. But, I agree with Rick. He's earned his spot, but I think he gets beat pretty easily, in my opinion.
Well, I tell you what, here's a question for Rick. And he says, Rick, what's Mike Hunter going to do?
Ooh.
No. I think he's going to end up fighting at, what's his name there?
Oh, man. Don't
the
say
WBA. No, the other guy. The guy's got the WBA title.
I mean, this guy, Jesus M, says, Rick, I can see Ike Ibuchi making some noise, washed up heavyweight division, Wilder, Chisora White, and you can add the other guy to the list. Come on now, guys. Yeah, I think you're right on the money, brother. Ching, yeah,
Oh
man. I think
boy.
you add Michael Hunter to that list. Yes. I think you're right on the money. I think you're right on the money, Big Rick. Yeah. God, that's just terrible. Guys, we're gonna have a special top 10, right? Top 10. And this is the top 10 biggest duds on the pay-per-view platform in the American market. Are you ready?
Let's
Number
do it.
10, G Funky.
Mike Tyson versus Peter McNeely. Tyson's big return ends in a farce with McNeely disqualified in the first round.
Yeah.
It did 2.3 million homes on pay-per-view. So
Yep. And correct me if I'm wrong. I was really young when this fight took place, but I do remember people complaining that the pay-per-view price went up for this fight because Don King
it
knew
did.
people were going to
It
want to
did.
watch Mike Tyson.
It did.
Okay, let me rephrase this, okay, because you brought up a really good point. This is the top 10 list of the biggest critical duds on the pay-per-view platform in the American market because all of these made a ton of money, right?
Yeah.
Number 9, G Funky.
Oscar De La Hoya versus Hector Camacho, a safety-first performance from Oscar that lacked the promise of fireworks. Yeah.
Well, I got paid in that fight, so I that was September of '97, and I got paid handsomely.
There it is. I tell
I
you what,
remember the post-fight
that's all I
interview.
care about.
The post-fight interview, one of the funniest I've ever seen. Oscar was really trying to collect that hair curl from Hector Camacho. I thought that was so funny. He's calling him, "Are you a man? Aren't you a man?"
Oh man, Jesus M says this. We've already addressed this, Rick, but we're gonna let you answer this. Rick, did Golden Boy send Xander Zayas a luxurious payday offer, something Top Rank couldn't counter? I don't think it made it to that point, Rick. What do you know?
They were offering 50-50. So it was a 50-50 deal, and they weren't fighting no matter what you offer. It wouldn't have mattered.
That's it. You could have offered him 90-10. Wouldn't have mattered, guys. Come
Right.
on. Jesus M, thank you for your question, my brother. We love it. And next one on the top 10 list, number 8, G Funky.
Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., a one-sided sparring session with almost no drama. Yeah, definitely agree with that. That was terrible.
Okay, the highlight of this event, Rick, do you remember, it was a paid infomercial for Golovkin Canelo 1. Golovkin, you're next, my friend. Yeah. Gee, well, okay. Here's one I think that maybe should be number 1.
Evander Holyfield versus John Ruiz trilogy. The ugly glitch fest fights that frustrated fans.
Was that pay-per-view?
Yeah.
All 3 of them. All 3 of them.
Good Lord, those are terrible fights, man.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
In my opinion, that ruined the heavyweight division and was so bad for the health of the sport. Like, look, I'll be honest. Bob Trieger's a very dear friend of mine who was John Ruiz's publicist. And he said he found himself booing from ringside. And he goes, wait a minute, that's my fighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Put it this way to you. Okay. Let me tell you how I feel about this. I didn't even remember those fights were on pay-per-view. That's how oh my God. I can't believe I watched them on pay-per-view. I paid to watch those 3 fights.
I know.
Oy vey is right, brother.
And I was a huge Holyfield fan growing up.
Yep.
And yeah, it was sad to see him fight John Ruiz like that. Oh man, terrible.
Well, this is what Holyfield said. And I remember interviewing him and asking him this when I first got in the business. He said, man, it's so frustrating. All you want to do is fight. And all this guy wanted to do was hold. Man, I it's like it was the worst experience as a professional. Yeah. It was a worse experience for the fans.
Yes.
In my opinion, that has opportunity to make number 1, but there are more guys. Number 6.
Oh boy, Mike Tyson versus Francois Botha. An awkward,
Oi,
messy, but
oi,
overshadowed by
oi,
the post-fight chaos.
oi.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. And guys, once again, we're setting the table for September 13th. Guys, we're showing you this because there's no way in Hades that it's going to be worse than these.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's not paper. September 13th, not pay-per-view. It's
I
Netflix.
know, but we're
Yeah.
talking about a huge audience, right?
Yep.
That's
It's
what
going to
we're
be
talking about.
huge.
So here's number 5.
Oh,
Funky.
yes. This was one of the worst fights I've ever seen. Bernard Hopkins versus Roy Jones Jr. 2 decades too late. A sluggish rematch that never delivered. Yeah. Awful fight. Can't believe that was on pay-per-view, too. Good Lord.
Yep. Number 4. It just gets better, brother.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Robert Guerrero. Mayweather
CM Punk.
dominated with ease in a fight that lacked competitiveness. Yep, poor Robert, man. Nice guy, though. Love Robert. Met him several times here in Northern California. Him and his family, all great people. But, yeah, that fight did not deliver anything, man.
Rick, what say you, brother, about this being number 4? Does John Ruiz versus Evander Holyfield deserve to be higher?
No, I think Robert Guerrero, because Robert Guerrero shouldn't have been on pay-per-view at all.
Yep.
Mhm.
And he made $3 million rock for that performance.
I know. I remember.
Yep. And guys, here are the absolute worst of the top 10 guys. Come on, Canelo. Come on, Terrence. Let your balls hang in the ring. Don't do this. Number 3, G Funky.
David Haye versus Vladimir Klitschko, hyped as heavyweight.
Oh my God.
It turned into a cautious, forgettable affair. Yes,
Oh, dreadful.
the Vladimir Klitschko era was, oh, dude, I hated it so bad. It was just awful to watch, man. Awful.
How many times do you think I told that to Emmanuel Stewart?
Too many.
Yep.
Too many times.
I'm like,
Yep.
Emmanuel, come on. Look, I'm telling him everything he needs to hear, but he's just not letting his fucking hands go. That motherfucker. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgive me, Lord. I didn't mean to drop the MF. But how can you do an impression of Emmanuel without dropping MF? Rick?
Right.
You can't unless you use the word sex.
Here's number 2. G-Funky.
Number 2, Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Conor McGregor. Yeah, a global spectacle and massive event, but critically derailed as a mismatch and money grab rather than a serious fight. Yeah, terrible fight. Although I had a packed house
Yep.
for that one.
So did we.
I had a lot of
did
people
we.
calling me, man. Like, hey, you getting the fight? You getting the fight? Dude, I had so many people at my house for that. Yep.
I tell you what, we actually staged a fight party with Jesse James Leha.
We had one here at the house too. My wife insisted on it.
Oh boy.
I still punish her for it.
Oh, hey, you know what? Just like you said about the Camacho fight earlier, Rick. Hey, I made some good money that night. I charged everyone $10 to come in, and
there it is.
Made some decent money.
There it is. There it is. Just furnish the sopapillas and fajitas. Yes. There it is. You still make some coin. All right, guys. Number 1, and what do you think it is?
Yes, sir. I knew it, man. Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao, the long-awaited fight of the century, delivered little action and left the fans cold. Oh, what an embarrassment that was, man.
I tell you why I have a problem with that being number 1. Because
John Ruiz is on the list.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather was on the list. That's why, really. Yeah, I don't see that being ahead of Floyd and Conor McGregor. That was, to me, was a fraud. The other one wasn't a fraud. It's just that the fighters were on the back 9 by that point. Both guys, Manny more than Floyd. Manny had a hurt shoulder, hurt arm. You know, it didn't deliver, but it wasn't horrible like Conor McGregor and Floyd.
Yeah, well, the only thing that was good about that card, it introduced a young Gervonta Tank Davis to a global audience. But
Yeah,
now we
and,
come full circle, guys.
Yeah. Now I have a real problem with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez.
this fight, guys, I had not only a packed house for this one, but I had my garage fully packed with a projector in there. Everybody wanted to see this fight, and it just did not deliver, man. I felt embarrassed, and I didn't even put on the event, like, oh, it was bad.
And guys, and once again, all you need to know about this was Floyd Mayweather dropping several millions of dollars on him for a 10th round knockout. And what round did he knock him out in, G Funky?
The
The
10th.
10th.
No, that was a McGregor fight.
McGregor, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about Manny now. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I saw this at a fight party with everyone in the TMB stable with that Rick Morones' house.
Bet that was a fun night.
Yeah, well, he was the biggest Floyd Mayweather fanboy. And so I said, hey, dude, don't worry. He's going to win this fight. Manny is, from what I've heard, he's not looking good in camp because our guy was his chief sparring, and he told me everything. Told me that Manny was nursing an ailment. And that was Keandre Gibson a long time ago. Do you remember him, Rick?
Of course, from St. Louis.
That's
He
right.
fought for Golden Boy. He didn't have a good chin.
Nope, didn't. That was his undoing. Yep.
That's a good question
He
in the
was
chat from
Manny's chief
Outlaw.
sparring for that camp. There it is, guys. There it is, our top 10 biggest duds. So please comfort everyone who is in doubt, Rick, that Canelo versus Terrence Crawford will be much more scintillating on the biggest stage of boxing than all of these 10 duds.
Yeah, I would agree. No question.
And why? Why do you think so?
Yeah, you got two top fighters. You got two top fighters, and they both want to be in there, and they both want to fight each other. That doesn't happen very often. Most guys are. So one of them's there lately for the bag, and that's I don't believe that's the case here. I think both guys have too much pride. I think both guys have too much pride for that.
I agree wholeheartedly, guys. And we're gonna do. We've got a couple more questions, but I want to do this one last.
Maybe, just maybe, it's time for Rick Glaser's Twitter watch. Bing!
Oh, I've been wanting to hear your personal thoughts on this. And this was posted on 12:04 p.m. on the 18th of August. Yes, the fighter almost always blames the trainer when he loses. Daniel Dubois has now left Don Charles and is now being trained by Tony Sims. Good or bad move, it doesn't matter. The fighter is looking for someone to blame. Blaming yourself for Dubois would be too responsible. Is this the end, the beginning of the end for Daniel Dubois, Rick?
No. He's still a young guy who's 38, going on 39 years old. He'll get another shot, whether it's with Atoma, whether it's only for a vacant title against somebody else, they'll position him again. And Frank Warren's a brilliant guy. Always bet on Frank.
Yep, absolutely. And while guys, and once again, while Eddie Hearn was investing in overpriced women in the United States market, and I mean overpriced bitches, that's what I meant. And then little men and women, right? While he was doing that, Frank Warren was investing in the heavyweight division.
Well, there's nothing wrong with little men because you get a good bang for your buck if you're the networks.
That's
and
right.
On the little guys like Bam Rodriguez, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem when he put all that money into that stupid Demetrius Andrade. Oy.
Yep, and also Devin Haney, and also
Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah.
No, Danny Jacobs served a purpose. He was in some big fights.
Yep.
He was in some big fights, and he was solid. He didn't overpay wacky money to Danny. It was, and he got a Canelo fight. He was in some big fights, and no complaints about that. The
No,
only
I
bad,
was referring more
only
to
fight that was a waste of money that he was in when they
Chavez
overpaid
Jr.
him and Chavez Jr. Right, that was the
Mhm.
only bad
oh
one.
boy.
All the other ones were. Yeah, no problem with Danny Jacobs, but Jesus Christ, the Demetrius Andrade. Oh my God!
Yeah, and look, also, guys,
Listen,
I was
I don't know
referring
what
also.
I'd rather watch. Okay, Demetrius Andrade fight, paint dry, grass grow, or wet clothes hung on a string in your backyard with a stiff wind. I don't really know. I'd have to think about it.
Jesus M also says Fury versus Vladimir was dreadful, but to the best of my knowledge, that wasn't on pay-per-view in the American market.
No, that wasn't
No, it
paper.
wasn't. That was
No.
HBO.
And Hawker Mustang, oh my word. The White Buffalo was beating Mike Tyson until he got knocked out. You mean trying to break his arm? Cut
Right.
that part out, dude. Come on now. That was disgraceful, guys.
Oh, you know, another one that was bad that we could have put on there is Tyson versus Golota. That was pay-per-view as well. And that ended in 2 rounds, I think. Golota just quit for no reason.
Well, look though, guys. He got his eye socket, his orbital bone broken, and I know that to be true.
Was it? Okay. See,
Yep.
I didn't know
That's
that.
why he walked out. Yeah.
My friends and I used to always laugh at that fight, the way that he just stopped fighting for what it seemed like no reason to us, you know.
And Outlaw says, Rick, what was the point of Sugar Shane Mosley leaving Golden Boy Promotions? To do what? After they literally turned his career
I
around.
know why. I know why.
You're talking about Sugar Shane Jr.?
Junior. Yes.
I don't. I didn't understand that whole thing. Why he would leave? I have no. He went nowhere.
Mhm.
Yep. There it is, guys. Oh my goodness. Say it ain't so, Bruce. He says, yeah, hold on. He says this. Jesus M says, Bruce, will you watch the Ike Ibiabuchi pay-per-view from Nigeria this Saturday? And he says, only if I can stream it, Jesus. Shame on you, brother. Come on now. Yeah, but I bet your channel's monetized, homie. You can't do both. Don't be stealing fights if you're making money off your channel. Chingao. Yeah. Andrew Golota had a fractured orbital bone and broken jaw from Mike Tyson fight. Yep. That's absolutely 100% true, guys. That's why he walked out. Did you remember, Rick, how bad his trainer was drilling him?
Al Certo.
Yes.
That's right.
Trying to stick the mouth guard in
Yes.
his mouth. Al's dead now, but yeah, it was true.
Refused.
Come on, you cocksucker! Take
Yep.
this mouth guard, you cocksucker! Don't quit on me, you cocksucker! Oh my God, was that bad? Oh my
Yeah.
God!
That was horrendous. And Golota just took off, didn't even
Pushed
give him
him
an
away. He
explanation.
said, "No."
The funny part about it is I called Certo up Monday morning. I go, you cocksucker! You never got his mouth guard in there, you bastard!
Hey, Rick, you were going to tell us a story or something, brother.
Real quick. Ready? So
Yeah, let's hear, brother.
the other day I went to get a manicure, and the woman normally does my hands, my nails. It wasn't there, so it wasn't going to be until 12 o'clock, and here it was 10 o'clock in the morning, and this other woman says, I'll do it, $30. I said, okay, fine. I'd sit down, and she's doing my nails, and she says, you sort of cute. And me these girls, she goes, you sort of cute. I said, listen, you're getting the same tip no matter what. I said, it's in my back pocket, so none of that charm's going to work on me. Okay. About 10 seconds later, she says, I look at you again. You just average.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that sounds like a waitress from San Antonio is what that sounds like. Ching out, dude.
Is that funny or what? I look at you again. You just average.
Guys, look. I said it was the last one. I lied. Here we go.
Maybe, just maybe, it's time for Rick Glaser's Twitter watch. Bang!
Thank you, Teddy, is the last one. And he says this on, August 17th, 10:30 p.m. I normally never say this about trainers, but if I were Ben Davison, I would put all my eggs in one basket and just train Moses Itama only. because Moses Itama will turn out to be Ben's meal ticket. Keep it very simple. Pay sole attention to number one. You know what, Rick? That might be the most intelligent tweet that I've seen from you in a really long time, and that's saying a lot.
They just, I mean, he's got all these other guys. Okay, so what? You know what I mean? I mean, that's that guy's gonna make 25, 50, $75 million in fights. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
So what if Anthony Joshua still wants to train with Ben Davison, which I'm hearing he doesn't?
I would drop him like a fucking hot potato.
Woo! I'll take it, brother. I'll take it. G Funky, please take the air right now before while I go take a Veda test real quick.
No doubt, man. So I don't know, when I stepped away, Rick, did we get your thoughts on the announcement yesterday with Jake Paul versus Tank Davis? Did the fans get to hear your thoughts on that?
It's fucking garbage.
Yes, indeed. The only thing I'm hoping for with that event is if they put something decent on the undercard, which we don't know as of right now. But the main event.
It's Jake Paul going to put a bunch of woman fights on there. Come on.
Right. It seems like that's going to be the thing. Although we did
maybe Lucas Body will be on, maybe Lucas Body, but not much.
Yeah, we did get a good fight with Barrios and Ramos on the Paul Tyson undercard. So I mean, that's really the only thing I could hope for at this point with that thing. I don't really have an interest in it, but I know you're not surprised, Rick, but there seems to be a lot of people out there that are surprised that Tank is doing this. I think he's made it pretty clear over the last couple of years that he doesn't care about legacy or belts or anything like that.
I've been reading the signals all along. Nobody else was. They were all infatuated, jumping up and down on his dick, and there's nothing to jump up and down on. I mean, it was, he's fighting, except for Ryan Garcia, he's just a glorified guy. Who did he ever fight in recent years? The best win he ever got was when he first came on the scene and won the title. He beat the guy from Puerto Rico.
Oh, Pedraza. Yeah, Jose
yeah,
Pedraza.
That was the best win he's ever had. Think about it.
Yeah,
I can't argue with that.
And truthfully, he was a young kid at the time. It's been all downhill from there, but he's still undefeated.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? We got to give flowers to our host of the night, Joseph Heron, because back in June 3rd to be exact, he retweeted someone who posted a picture with Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach with the August 16th date. Joseph says neither fight will happen August 16th. Somebody in the comments asked him, how come no Tank versus Lamont Roach? And you said Jake Paul in November, all the way back in June, man.
Yep.
So we got to give you some credit there, Joe. You called it, man.
Look, brother. Look, I'm not happy about it. This is one of the few times I didn't want to be right.
Yeah,
it's a hindrance to the health of the
it's
sport.
A joke.
Yeah.
Then people use the word fighting. It's not fighting. It's participating or performing. It's not fighting. It's an exhibition. You're not fighting.
It's an exhibition.
Yeah.
Now, is there any chance of this being an exhibition like Rocky IV, Drago versus Creed? I'm kidding, brother. Now, Rick, one of the reasons why we have you on, we want to get your opinion. Does that mean Lamont Roach versus Floyd Schofield Jr. is going to be a thing?
I don't think so. Why would it be a thing?
Because that's what I heard.
I don't know. Would it be?
Oof.
I think that's a great fight.
Well, it may be a great fight, but I never heard it was going to be a thing.
Oh, let's hope so, man. Gosh darn it. Because, Lamont Roach is still obligated to Pro Box.
Yeah.
And honestly, Floyd Schofield Jr., that would be a great matchup.
Well,
Both ran that stage
Pro
match.
Box and Golden Boy just made the deal with what's his name. So yeah, it would make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! Come on, baby. Sign it up. Okay, Hawker Mustang Davis is ducking. No, no, no. He doesn't care.
Nope.
He doesn't care anymore, brother. And I know this to be true. Where that latest episode of him getting arrested for putting hands on a woman, he blames that all on boxing. Rick, in your opinion, is that going to cease? Is his domestic battery nonsense going to cease once he's through with boxing?
No,
Exactly. Why is he blaming this on boxing, Rick?
he's just a woman abuser. He's looking for blame. That's all. He's just a woman abuser. That's all.
That's not much of a man now, is it?
Listen,
No.
I understand certain men have to abuse their women. I get it. I completely get it. But they married that woman, and they shouldn't have married that woman to start with, or been involved with that woman, or fathered a kid with that woman. And that's what you get. You get a fucking headache, a huge fucking headache.
Yeah, Ray
You know?
Rice, did you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, my expression about those kind of guys and those kind of women are, why would you go purchase aggravation if you were a guy?
Mm.
And you know what? When you say purchase, yeah, we all know what that means. And look, if you think that, oh man, no, I'm not dating her for, she's not dating me for my money, and no, dude, it always costs you.
I'm gonna tell you a great story. Just happened
Yeah.
maybe 6 weeks ago. So a very wealthy friend of mine, his wife passed away about 4 years ago, and he just started dating. And very wealthy guy. I mean, in the hundreds of millions range. So lives in South Florida, and he goes out on a date with a woman, and she said, "I have a question for you." And he's 72 and she's 44, and he goes,
Wow.
he goes, "How much in reality are you in?" And he goes, "Well, I realize if I didn't have the money that I have, that you probably wouldn't be sitting across from me for dinner right now." He says, she says, "You are definitely the reality."
There it is. There it is. Yeah. I
Oh
tell you what,
boy.
God bless America, Rick. God bless America, brother. Look, we're gonna do one more, and I need to get your thoughts on this because we haven't touched on this yet, because so much has happened since the last time we spoke with you, Rick. And this is coming up at the end of the show, but
You got
I want
6 minutes to go. Keep talking real quick.
all right. So I want I want to see if you agree with Snagglepuss, aka Al Bernstein, and he says this
That liberal
about
cocksucker.
do you mean literally or figuratively? Because I think literally, actually. Here we go. You ready? He says this. You know, Fundora is defending his 154-pound title against Thurman, who has had only one fight at 154 pounds. Of course, he's had long stretches of inactivity over the years, and he's 36. This match rankles me in this sense. There are a number of good 154 pounders who could get this title shot and be more deserving. End quote. That was my Al Bernstein impression, by the way.
Okay, well, he's right, but those other guys won't sell on. You can't justify putting them on pay-per-view.
So this is my question, and I knew what you were going to say because it's pretty easy to understand. So a guy who's been in the business and is in the International Boxing Hall of Fame for some strange reason, he still doesn't get the business, Rick?
That's exactly what happens to people.
Oh,
Exactly. You said it. Thank
so
you.
I'm going to say this, and I'm banging the drum right now, brother. I think who needs to get into the International Boxing Hall of Fame this year, be inducted. 1, Antonio Tarver, long overdue. 2, my brother Ronnie Shields. Come on, big fat Dan Raphael. And I'm saying this because I know you vote. How can we get these guys inducted?
Well, first of all, half of them should be indicted, not inducted. But that's beside the point. Listen, I've got a whole list of people that are just as deserving, if not deserving, more than those guys are. Okay. Um, and first of all, Don Majeski, been in
Yeah,
boxing since been 12 years old as an international agent, advisor,
yep.
and is 72 years old today and
As
been
smart as it
boxing
gets.
50 years, worked with brilliant guy, super nice guy, brilliant. Has worked with many world champions from Costa Zoo to Lennox Lewis, Paul Briggs. The list go. Marvin Campbell. The list goes on and on. Okay. He's never been on the ballot. Fucking shocking. Yeah, it's colossal. I mean, that's like unbelievably wrong. Um, Carlos De Leon, four-time world cruiserweight champ. He's
Yep.
passed away. He's now deceased. Never been on the ballot. Okay. Those are two right there. Okay. A guy named George Cantor. He set up Muhammad Ali's fights in Europe. And when Muhammad Ali fought a European, that European came from George. He's now been deceased since 1999. He was in boxing in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s. And he just got in the New York State Boxing Hall of Fame. Um, so he should be in the Hall. He should be at least on the ballot for Christ. These guys should be at least on the ballot. These three guys have never been on the ballot. Okay. I think those are the strongest of the people that are not in the Hall of Fame right there. Ronnie Shields is an excellent trainer, should be on the ballot. Um, I don't know what else to say other than what I just gave you. I
What
mean,
about
those.
Antonio Tarver?
What's that?
What about Antonio Tarver as a fighter?
Um, to be honest with you, due to the steroid situation, I would say my answer would be no.
Oh my
But I also believe he should be in for his overall contributions to boxing as an observer. He's an excellent ring announcer. He's an excellent podcaster. He's a classy guy. He was a world champion as a fighter, and I think overall contributions to boxing to go in as an observer would be more. He would be more fit in that category.
Yep. And once again, guys, if Al Bernstein is in there, come on now. Exit stage left even. Okay, now Bruce brings up I ran the Blade Barkley or Marlon Starling. Dude, come
No,
on now.
Marlon Starling. Listen, Donald Curry just got in on his last year of eligibility in 2019. Okay, and Marlon lost to Donald both times, and Marlon Starling was a very good fighter. He's not a Hall of Famer. Was he a legitimate world champion? Yes. Was he a very good fighter? Yes. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Okay, this is what Al Bernstein told me once. You know, the fact that Wilfredo Vasquez Sr. keeps getting overlooked is a darn travesty. Hmm? What are
Well,
your thoughts on
well, he was never in really big fights. He was a
there?
very good fighter. That was never in big fights. Happy Laura, Lora, he's in the same category.
Mm-hmm. There it is. And Outlaw says, Funkster, what about Jose Luis Castillo involved in the best fight I've seen and also beat Mayweather? I don't care what anyone says. Your thoughts, Rick?
He's not a Hall of Famer. The- He
El
he,
Temible.
he was in a great fight with Corrales. He was in a great fight with Mayweather. One out of the two times was great, but he's not a Hall of Famer. He's borderline to even be talked about, but he's not. I wouldn't be voting for him. No.
There it is. And there it is, guys. There it is. And
I think the fact that Don Majeski, Carlos Sugar De Leon, and George Cantor are not and never been on the ballot is disgusting.
well, I tell you what, brother, we are at the end of the line, man. An
Oh,
hour just
believe me, we're at the end of the line. 1 hour. I'm war. You got me wore out here.
yeah, that's what she said,
This
brother.
is more. This is more draining than sex.
Oh, bingo. Dude, you take
You
that
guys
back.
have a
brother.
we'll see you next Monday night, gentlemen. Thank
God
you.
bless you, Rick. Thank you for your time, my friend. We love you, brother. Guys, once again, that was Big Rick Glaser, and we love him on the show. Guys, give him a hand, G Funky. There it is. No, look. Mark Breland. Boy, that's, you know what? If it's the Golden Gloves or the Amateur Boxing USA's Hall of Fame, yes, absolutely. But in the International Boxing Hall of Fame, Canastota, G Funky, what say you?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Look, I'll say
really
this.
good amateur, gold, like you said, gold medal, but pros, yeah. I don't know.
Look, I'll say this. If you're, and just looking at Antonio Tarver, part of the last great U.S. Olympic team in 96 in Atlanta, Georgia. The year before, he remains, to this day, the only amateur from the U.S. to ever win these 3 championships in the same year. The Nationals, the World Championships, and the Pan Am Games. No one has ever done that before or since. Not Floyd, not Purnell, not Evander, not anyone.
Man.
I say it's time, guys. I say it's time, but maybe I'm a little biased. But look, I'll put Mark Breland in before I ever put this guy.
Deontay Wilder.
Come on, guys.
Maybe in the Hall of Fame of excuses.
You know what? He'd be first ballot right there, brother. First ballot. Look, guys, we're gonna do another one of these. Okay, hold on, G Funky. Do you have a problem with Fundora versus Thurman? Boy, it's almost time for G Funky now.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. It's all right.
Do I necessarily have a problem with it? Well, I'll say this from a competitor's perspective, could there be some other guys that should get a crack at that belt before Keith Thurman? Yeah. But the thing is this, man, with fights, and you know, Joseph's the one that brought this to my attention a few years back, that, you know, on paper, do the fights look good or do they look bad? You know, that's one thing, but the way that fights play out is another, you know? So we just have to wait and see how the fight turns out. It might be a really good fight, but I know that, you know, I know most fans are going to complain about it being on pay-per-view and whatnot. And yeah, it shouldn't be, but it is what it is, guys. It's probably going to tank, you know, like the rest of those pay-per-views do. But I'll be watching. I'll tell you that much.
Yep, there it is. There it is. I tell you what, we're gonna have one final episode of this before we call it a night, guys, because G Funky's getting ready to turn into a pumpkin. Here we go.
Terrible fan takes on Twitter/X.
Okay. It wouldn't be an episode of Terrible Fan Takes without hearing some rubbish and nonsense and noise from the Canalitos, right? And also from our dear friend, the Golden Jew, Ellie Seckbeck, right? And so this is what Ellie Seckbeck had to say about, when someone was criticizing Tank Davis for fighting whomever, Mario Vargas, I think it was, on pay-per-view. This is what he had to say.
But nobody said it was his fault.
But you're criticizing him for it.
Okay, so Illy.
Why are you criticizing someone who's not his fault? You can't control it. A fighter, any fighter, doesn't determine who they fight. The promoter picks a fighter for them. Fighters don't have that power that you think they do. It doesn't work like that.
When fighters make it to a certain plateau,
they don't. Fighters, I'll tell you something, they don't control nothing.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord.
G Funky, can you point a gun to a fighter's head and force him in the ring?
No. You can't.
Okay, so this is what I responded, because that was absolute nonsense from the Golden Jew. I said, so why does Canelo continue to state that he fights whomever he wants to fight?
Mm-hmm.
When you get to a certain level of attraction, you call the shots. You think anyone's going to tell Jake Paul, Tyson Fury, or Anthony Joshua who to fight? They have the final say. And this is what your friend William Boxing had to say.
Oh, boy.
You know, Canelo's about to hit 70 fights in his career, and he brings in the most revenue out of every active fighter. I think that's why he feels that way, and he's accomplished. Tank's not either way. Tank's not. Either way, Ellie's an idiot. I will agree with him on that last part. But let me ask you something, G Funky. To all the Canelo fans out there, what has been the highest grossing pay-per-view in the last 8 years without Mayweather or Pacquiao?
That would be would it be Tank versus Ryan?
Yep. Ding, 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 ding. So what is he talking about here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can you name me a pay-per-view involving Canelo that's breached the 1 million mark since the Golovkin pay-per-views?
Nope.
How much did Tank versus Ryan do?
That did, was it 1.5, something like that?
1.3 million.
1.3, yeah. It was something around there.
Okay, so once again, I'm going to play this one more time, and I don't think I'm wrong in doing it.
Terrible fan takes on Twitter/X.
There it is, guys, because that was truly two
terrible
fan takes. And yes, I consider Ellie Seckbeck a glorified fan with a camera and a mic. Brother, can you just get off Tank Davis's nuts already?
Man, it's pretty bad from what I've been seeing on Twitter. And I took a break from posting anything on there because fans are just insufferable, man. They just make shit up. And not only do they make shit up, but they go to these con men here on YouTube, these carnies, these fanboy channels, listen to their garbage, and that's real information to them, you know. But they don't know jack shit about anything. But yeah, dude, the fan takes and Ellie. Look, I'll say this about Ellie Setback. I met Ellie Setback a couple years ago at a Golden Boy event. And look, I'll give him this, man. I'll give him this. The guy puts in a lot of work, man.
He grinds. Yes, he does.
Yes, he is constantly recording somebody and asking somebody a question. Like, and I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, I'm standing there at a weigh-in for this event.
Wait a minute. He's constantly taping somebody and kissing their ass. Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah. But, you know, I'm standing there at the weigh-in, and you know we're just about to go live on DAZN. I swear he might have interviewed about 6-7 people within like 10 minutes. I mean, it was just like I'm eavesdropping a little bit, and he keeps asking each person the same question, you know, and but you know that's how he keeps his stuff rolling.
No. Look. That's why I call him a glorified fan with a camera and a mic, because is he asking them about their career or asking them about the big fights coming up on the calendar so that he gets more click?
Yeah, that's what a lot of these guys do. Like,
they're pendejos. They're fanboys.
Yep, there's this one guy I seen at a Top Rank show. He's going to remain nameless, but. You know, Jose Ramirez is there. He's just surrounded by people. Everyone's asking him a question. Everyone's got their phone out. And like, instead of asking him at the time, you know, he was a hot name at 140. You know, him and Regis Prograis were kind of having a little thing at the time. And instead of asking him about that, some guys asking, you know, let me ask you something, man. Who's the face of boxing in your opinion, Jose?
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, what the
forgive me,
fuck?
Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, outlaw reporting.
Reporting my ass. Brown nosing more like it. And Hawker Mustang says Canelo Alvarez fans at Rick and Joseph, the people's eyebrow. Woo! I'll take it, brother. I'll take it all day
this
long.
Outlaw's here. As a matter of fact, Outlaw, the event I'm talking about is the one where I met you at we were at the hotel where the fighters were staying. I met Outlaw the next day at the fight at the Forum in Inglewood. It was a good night, man. I had a fantastic night. My guy Joshawn James knocked out David Stevens in the first round. And then the
Ronnie's
main
fighter.
event, yeah, it was a really good card. Like, not only did that happen, obviously that was a highlight for me, but Gabriela Fandora won her first title that night. And the main event, Alexis Rocha versus Giovanni Santillan, that was a hell of a fight, man. It was an all-around good night. And, we all went back to the hotel. And Alexis Rocha, man, even though he had a broken nose, he had 2 big giant swabs in his nose. Both eyes were swollen. He still went back to the hotel, still did his after party. And wouldn't you know it, man, we're all there kicking back, eating, drinking, having a good time, celebrating the big win for Joshawn. And guess who walks through the door? Giovanni Santillan, man. And it was all love, man.
Yep.
It was great to see those guys after their fight that they had. That was a fantastic fight. Got a chance to hang out with each other after, man. It was great to see.
That's what I'm saying, guys. The bad blood that all of these little fanboys think that there actually is, there isn't, guys. The brotherhood of boxing is the best part of this sport.
Indeed.
And look, it's like no one has any genuine animosity for anybody. No one. So, guys, if you think Canelo hates Terrence Crawford and vice versa, guys, no, they love each other. They're going to be intertwined for the rest of boxing, period. And they're going to be responsible for making each other a career high payday.
A lot of fucking money, man.
They love each other. Come on. Dude, I promise you this. Terrence Crawford, he's gonna buy Canelo Crawford some Yayo and some Dos Equis afterwards, some Modelo. Hey, you're next, my friend. And if it's a critical hit, I promise you this, another one's happening on Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Possibly, yeah.
Win or lose. Because let's just be honest, guys. Canelo, he's not about that stuff anymore.
No.
I get to fight whomever I want to fight. I deserve it. I've earned that.
Yeah. The guy can come out and say it, and his fans will still say,
yeah.
Well, why didn't David enforce the mandatory?
So, yeah, and they will criticize Tank Davis for doing the exact same thing.
You're right.
I'm sorry. Canelo, who did he want to fight instead of William Skull first?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. They forgot about that. And you know what's funny? They were defending it. A lot of them were saying things like, yeah, Viva Canelo. He's going to make a shit ton of money here. Yeah.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Jesus M. Think Canelo or Crawford? No, brother. It's Turkey Al Sheikh.
Yep.
Turkey Al Sheikh is his dime. This is on his dime. And look, and this is a gamble for him. He's hoping that this produces fireworks and a critically acclaimed main event.
Yeah.
Because if this doesn't sizzle in front of what they're estimating potentially between 50 and 60 million viewers live worldwide, if this doesn't sizzle, guys, this is going to be another Mayweather-Pacquiao.
And we do, and like Joe said, we still are suffering from the residue of that event to this day, like Deontay Wilder would say. And we got a chance to speak to Rick about that earlier, and he said that he gave his thoughts on why he thinks it's not going to be that. But it is a risk, man, because look, both guys are not in their prime. For me, I think a man, and especially an athlete, this is just my opinion, Joe, you could disagree with me on this, but I feel like the window for prime is somewhere around 27 to maybe like 32, 33, something like that,
Maybe. I mean, 32 and 33 is pushing it, but yes, definitely between 27 and 31.
Yeah, the prime is not very long, guys. And these guys are out of it. Crawford's going to be like 38 by the time this fight happens. Canelo's 35, 34, or something like that. he's been in a lot of fights, been fighting for a really long time. Crawford's got a lot of fights. He's got over 40 fights.
Yeah, but he hasn't taken nearly the kind of punishment as Canelo Alvarez.
Yes. And the one thing about when fighters are out of their prime and when they get old, Joe, we always find out in the ring, unfortunately.
Yep. I'm anticipating Canelo, guys, falling off a cliff, and you heard it here. I'm picking Terrence Crawford for a unanimous decision, embarrassing to Canelo fans. Embarrassing loss for Canelo. I'm picking Terrence Crawford in a very cautious but very well executed game plan, right?
That's a
And
good question
winning a
from
unanimous decision. Because look, guys, let's just be honest. We've seen this, and we told you guys before his last fight, Canelo can't pull the trigger. Now, from what we're hearing, G Funky, can I say this?
Sure.
He's on that shit again, and he's looking hardcore in camp. He's looking explosive. He looks like he turned back the clock. He's on that Reynoso 57 steak sauce, brother. Guys, if you think that Terrence Crawford, now what do you think? He's working with Victor Conte just because he's a nice guy and former bass player for Tower of Power? No. Because he's on that shit too, guys. And look, I don't think I'm wrong in saying this. May the best juiced up asshole win.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like I'm to the point with PEDs and boxing, like fans and even some writers, we got to stop this song and dance about how
you don't know anything.
Right.
PEDs, they don't belong in boxing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
PEDs don't belong in boxing.
they've been there. Okay.
And no makeup in any beauty contest then. Yes, I said it.
Yeah. Guys, we're a fraction of fighters on the elite level do testing, guys. What does that tell you? Right? Let's just stop the song and dance at this point, man. Like,
and is that hindering anyone from stepping in the ring? No.
Nope. And I honestly feel like
knows it's the worst kept secret in boxing, guys.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you something, Joseph. If there ever let me ask you, you killing the fight, man. But, let me ask you this, Joseph. Let's say hypothetically in the future, two fighters get together, and their promoter, they all make up this contract and it says, we are going to allow both guys to take whatever the hell they want to take in the build up to this fight. They both agreed. They're both fine with it, and the fight happens. Would it make you look any different at the fight, or how would you feel about that?
Come on now, guys. Now, we're going to play this one more time because we just got one in the chat. Ready?
Terrible fan takes on Twitter/X.
And this is coming from our dear friend, Hawker Mustang.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. You, is that a truly terrible fan take?
Yeah, because he's not bigger than Canelo.
Not even close. Come on now.
No.
Come on, guys. Come on.
No.
What are we talking about here?
Fanon, I don't know. I'm sure Hawker Mustang knows who that guy is.
Fannin,
however you want to say it.
Fatty, bald-headed Fannin.
Should call him Fanuc, but but he's the one that's been really coming down on Crawford. Even that fucking weirdo half a fag creep on Twitter, D-Block. They post these pictures of Terrence Crawford, making it seem like
already setting the table for a loss.
It looks like a line.
Guys, look, just take your ass whooping like a man. Take your embarrassing loss like a man, or else don't watch. Guys, either go hard or go home. You can't have it both ways. Take it like a man.
Yep.
You're going to start sounding like Devin Haney fans in a second if you don't stop this. That's what I said. But hey, your parting shots, because I'm getting pretty tired myself. I have to go see my grandson, Boaz, in the morning. So,
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, you know what? Let's give Joseph a hand. Guys, he is officially Grandpa Joe now, man. Hey,
yes,
congratulations,
you know how
brother.
long I've been waiting to be Grandpa Joe, brother?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this, guys. Ever since Joseph and I started doing shows together, approaching 3 years now. Can you believe that, man? That's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
But yeah, back in early 2023, we started doing shows together, and started talking and getting to know each other. And yeah, ever since then, Joseph's been telling me that he's been waiting to have a grandchild. And yes, he is here. All praises, honor, and glory to the Most High
All
for
glory
that,
and honor to
man.
you, Almighty Father, forever and ever. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Blessed be God forever. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this amazing blessing. And guys, before we leave, I do have to remind everyone that this show is always brought to you by the King of Kings, the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world and has mercy on each and every one of us. So if you haven't surrendered your life to Jesus Christ, the one true God, what are you waiting for?
Yes,
What are
the
you
King
waiting
of
for?
Kings is absolutely right, man.
Woo!
I
Thank
want to
you,
say
Jesus.
this. I want to say this in my closing statements here. I know a lot of you guys that watch this show, you guys are the hardcore, the diehards, the degenerates, like me and Joseph with this boxing stuff. And I know a lot of you are upset about Tank and him not fighting guys like Shakur Stevenson or
What did we tell you?
Timo or whoever it may be, right? That you guys want to see him fight, that he's not fighting now and he's fighting Jake Paul in an exhibition.
He's to blame, G Funky.
Look, guys, this wouldn't be happening if there was no big business. Okay, that's number one. The Tank fans, they're gonna be there regardless. They're gonna be buying tickets regardless. The Jake Paul fans as well. We know that they show up to these events. Tank sells out venues everywhere he goes, just like Jake Paul, guys. And it's gonna be on Netflix. They're gonna do huge viewership, guys.
Yep.
But I'll tell you this. If you don't like these things, then number one, don't even mention it on Twitter. Don't mention it on Facebook. Don't mention it on
Amen.
Instagram. Wherever it is that you are, YouTube, right? Don't talk about it. Pretend like it doesn't even exist, guys. Don't watch it. Don't buy tickets. Nothing. Just act like it doesn't even exist, guys. If there's no demand for it, it'll go away. All right. But that's the unfortunate thing is that the fans, these are paying customers, guys. Like it or not, people that watch Tank, they pay to see him. That's why he's in that position. Same thing with Jake Paul, guys. So if you want your fighter who is doing the real thing, like you guys say, to be in this position, then you know what? Yeah, start banging the drum, okay? Start supporting those fights. Buy those fights. It's that simple, guys, okay?
Start paying. You get what you pay for, guys. You get what you pay for, right? You get what you pay for. And also, I'll do one better. What you give is what you get. What you give is what you get. And what have you been giving over the past several years?
Nothing.
Yep. So this is what you get, guys. This is what you get.
And in the
Can I
words
say
of
it any more clearly, my friend?
And in the words of one of the greatest frontmen in rock and roll history, Mick Jagger, you can't always get what you want.
Especially if you're a cheap cocksucker and you don't pay for anything. That was the way he really wanted the song to go, right? But hey, man, hey, shout out to the Rolling Stones. Mick could keep still doing it. I love it.
Mickey Jagger.
But I tell you what, great parting shots. That was outstanding, brother. I thought I was watching an edition of the Sports Reporters. That was outstanding. Outstanding, brother. So, guys, on behalf of G Funky Boxing and the incomparable Rick Glaser, I'm Joseph Heron, guys. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
too can smell manly if you listen to Real Talk with Rick Glaser.